Okay?
Okay.
Let's move on to this game.
Which one is this?
The win against Vel'Koz.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do, because the first one took so long, is we're gonna watch the lane phase in this one. Okay, so again, this 3-man invade is really awkward. The bonus you have going for yourself is that you're going into their weak side jungle, which is basically their top side, because they don't have the duo lane there. But again, it's still pretty sketchy. What?
What?
She's gonna give you this blue buff?
Yeah.
That's hideous.
Why?
Because she loses so much experience from that. Basically, it's gonna stop her from hitting level 2. And it also, it's gonna put you behind temporarily. Because you lose a lot of minions here, I think. You lost... Yeah, you lost three. You lost 3 melees and 2 ranged. Or 1 ranged, okay. Because this is the second wave this year already. Okay, time out. We're gonna put this on slow. Already I'm noticing you're missing a lot of last hits. Is this on slow motion? No? No, okay, that's normal. Does this feel like slow to you either?
No.
Okay. Okay, a lot of last hit miss. What I say to that is because last hitting is like the most important tool in League of Legends, and then also one of the easiest to learn. Yeah, okay, this is definitely slow. Then this seems fast. I don't know, whatever. We'll stick with this. For last hitting, you literally just go in a custom game on your favorite champion and just test it out. Do it.
Yeah. I have been doing that.
Yeah, maximize your minions as much as possible. You could have had a kill there.
Think so?
Yeah.
With what?
Let's go back and watch this. Okay. So that was good first. W. Your Q's right about to come off cooldown, and then you ignite.
Ignite.
Honestly, like, he would not be able to react if you went... Yeah, okay, so this backstep is bad. If you instead walked up to here with your time, you could have Q'd and ignited him. Either burned his flash, or gotten a kill there, or both.
Okay.
Even like if you'd walked forward, he may have preemptively flashed, and you could have followed with a flash Q ignite and then backed up out of tower.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely had a kill there. He was just that low. Beat him there. Good. Okay. There's still an X on the screen. Nice. So you shove this out, you're gonna recall, and you're gonna... Ooh, awkward.
What was awkward?
The lane came right at a really awkward time. So yeah, just try and shove this as fast as possible. Use all your abilities on the wave. Yeah, okay. So you Catalyst here. I don't think Rod of Ages is the best on Syndra. I think Morellonomicon's a lot better.
It is. Rod of Ages gives me staying power in lane.
But so will Morellonomicon. The whatever the new thing, the Lost Chapter is very, very good. Yeah, definitely I think Morellonomicon's stronger. Also, it gives you a lot of CDR, which is very nice as well. Especially when you're trying to pump out a lot of Qs for your ultimate, get a lot of spheres. Also, right now, you're level 6, he's level 5. You need to be playing this lane super aggressively. Especially when you have a pink ward down here. You can shade to this bottom side of the map. And feel very comfortable. It's like, he's only level 5. You could be up here where you clicked. You could be up here attacking him. And then, because that, not only does that put a lot of pressure on him, make it hard to last hit, he also has to start using a lot more visibility as last hit. He should not be allowed to auto attack for last hit. And if he goes for a harass on you, then that means he's missing last hits. It's like, I think queuing the wave is bad. I think you can last hit and use Q for harass.
Okay.
I think they're so pushed up. This is going to be really hard. Yeah. We're going to go back to camera control on this one. So first of all, okay, this is good. You go check and see what's happening. Why does this change? Why do you come back to yourself? You can come back to yourself to check and see if there's a ward here, but now your camera, it stays here. Your camera should be down here more, so that you can see, like, have yourself be in the top left corner. But you should definitely be able to see, because your Taric just got poked out really hard and is backing up, and you're not going to be able to do anything here. You can also check and see if Black Shield got burnt, stuff like that. So I think in general this gank was really hopeful. And you're actually going to lose out on a lot in mid lane. Or not. He looks like he's freezing it, so you're going to be decent. Rengar's there, good spot.
Right, that was the main reason why I pulled the camera back, because I didn't know where Rengar was.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But then once you go in that bush and you see, okay, he's fine, then you want to go back. This Q here is not very good. You want to start, okay, so now because you have the advantage in lane, you have two options. You can hard shove and go roam places, or like get vision in his jungle, steal stuff like that. Or when he has a big minion wave here, like he has a lot of minions here, you can let them come and accumulate up here so that you can freeze the lane. And then once the lane's frozen, it makes it a lot harder for him to walk up, because you can put so much damage down onto him. He also has to be mindful of a jungler coming from either direction and stuff like that. So definitely stay safe. Or not stay safe, but let him push into you. And use your abilities for harass at this point. Also, you really don't do that much damage because you're going for the Rod of Ages.
Okay. So if I'm ahead in lane, better off with a...
I think Melanomcon is better in all lanes. Or, yeah, in pretty much every lane.
Even if you're behind?
Yeah. I mean, because, like, the HP is nice and everything, but you're going to have a lot more damage. And again, your champion is not meant to, soak up a lot of damage. Your champion is meant to burst super hard and just obliterate solo targets, you know what I mean, with your ultimate and everything. So you can definitely prioritize that more. Like, there, when exiting that bush, I would have walked up, like, this way and pressured him off this. Because look how scared he's playing. He's, like, scouting bushes with Qs and stuff.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess he's going for S on you. But he's playing so scared, and you can just feel that. You can walk up here and just know that you put down more damage in his face than he can do to you. Especially with your Ignite coming back off cooldown. Gonna go a little bit faster. It is, you're not wrong, Cotton King. I'd probably be looking for a play top lane. Just like right when that shoves out, what I'd be watching is while I'm farming this, I just noticed that I think Renekton's their top laner started engaging on my Gnar. So I would be looking to go up that direction. Either that or take a quick scan down bot lane. Look how far up your bot lane's pushed. You could potentially go for a dive there. Do you get both? No, okay, you just did that. Another thing, you never want to sell your Dorans like that.
Why, to finish out a tier 3 item?
Yeah. This early in the game is very poor to do that. Because you lose a little bit of HP, you lose a little bit of mana, sustain, all that good stuff. Plus, you put this money down at the beginning of the game, an investment of 400 gold, and you want to have that 400 pay off for as long as possible because Dorans are really good in lane, and they obviously get weak as the game progresses. But it's only 9 minutes in. You definitely want to hold that for longer. You can stay for an extra wave. You can get blue buff. Anything just you can farm like the baby chickens at the Wraith camp or whatever. Because yeah, that's really awkward. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. Keeping Dorans till you pretty much have no choice to sell it is good.
Okay.
Okay. Again, I would look bot lane. Rengar just showed. I think you should have walked immediately bot lane straight there. Even before Rengar showed, like look for a dive there. Just look for the opportunity to make a play like that. Because it looks like Shyvana's gonna go down there as well. No. See, Rengar's low. Whatever, they just lost the 2v2. I would DC. Nice. Okay. Well done, I guess. Rengar was kind of boosted, but we'll take it. But again, you should have the intent of you should plan out the plays you're trying to make and go for those that way. Have a purpose with all your movements and have a plan, usually like 20 seconds in advance at minimum of what you want to do. So like right now, you're shoving this lane. Why are you shoving this lane? Oh, it's because I want to go farm raptors. Oh, it's because I want to gank top. Oh, it's because I want to go ward top side or whatever, you know? Just plan that out as you're doing it.
Okay.
See, like, okay. Going over to ward, nice. At the same time, I would go kill the babies at the raptor camp up there. I usually leave the big one up because first of all, it's hard to take. And second of all, because junglers, it hurts them. But taking the babies is totally fine. Yep. Yeah, another thing, like, when you're, is planning out recalls. So, like, with the Rod of Ages, you know, how much gold do you need? Before you recall, you should be checking how much gold you need for that to finish. Or just have it memorized. And at that point, you can, you know, decide how many more waves you have to stay for.
If I had a Morellonomicon, I could have flash ulted him and killed him in that harass I just did.
You'll have a lot more damage. Morellonomicon gives 100 AP now too. I think it's pretty insane.
Late game Rod of Ages is worth it, but
yeah,
once it's scaled to do its gold efficiency.
But I mean, even so, like late game Morellonomicon is worth. That's 100 AP. That's a lot. Alright, so that's kind of rough, but you can maybe pick up something here. Your path, okay, your pathing here is bad. You shouldn't, okay, so first of all, you, like, pathed into the bush, like you took a diagonal, and now you're going forward. You should have just immediately gone for the complete wraparound. And chances are you'll never kill Twitch here because of his stealth, but you can definitely look for Morgana.
Right.
And
yeah, it was a fat finger.
At the same time, you're losing a lot of pressure mid lane.
I fat fingered the flash. My flash.
Oh, you go both. Yeah, no, do not do both. It's one or the other, and it's Morello's that you want to go for, definitely. Another thing, I like how you're going for the boots here. I probably would have honestly prioritized getting completed boots at this point because you're moving around the map so much. But again, I don't think you're paying enough attention to your side lanes. Because like right now, like you're totally focused on yourself. I would, you know, click, get a view of what's going on here, get a view of what's going on down there. Okay? And then you can plan which direction you want to go. That's a nice word. A lot of people don't do that word, but that is a good word.
Skara taught me that one.
Go Skara. Skara's the man.
That and Valkyrin.
Oh, I actually played against Valkyrin the other day.
Nice. And
added him, and he added me back.
Oh, that's great.
Feels good.
There's this new streamer, Arc Minute.
Oh yeah, he's been around for a long time. I don't know if he's streamed before, but well done. I want to look at that because it looks like you played that actually really nicely. Shark should have ganked mid with you, but... Okay, this definitely looks slow, but whatever. Okay, he missed, first of all. But that's a good knockout there. Nice. Yeah, that was really nicely done. Bot lane is fighting though, so like again, like you got a kill. Like you see Rengar down there on the minimap, or you don't, but you should, and you should go down there and check that out.
I was gonna push the lane first and then head down.
Yeah. Another thing is Gnar. I just noticed he's actually down there. He teleported down there, which you probably don't know. There's nothing to gain mid lane. You're not gonna be able to raise this tower fast enough. So you can walk all the way up here and go catch, because Renekton's building a big wave to come and push into this tower. You can go up there and catch all that there, and just accrue a bigger advantage.
Okay, so instead of sitting there trying to knock at the turret, move.
Right.
Should I push the wave, or just leave the wave as it was after I killed him?
Definitely push it into tower, because usually when you kill people, you want to push it into tower so they lose all this to minion, or they lose all the minions, the golden experience here. With the exception being, if you have teleport up and you're planning on teleporting back into the lane, if you have a freeze set up already, you can just leave it there, recall, and then teleport back in. But here, you shove it in, and then you run to top lane to pick all that up. I'm going to put this on 2 now. I'm going to upload these separately. I think I'm going to do the Sona as one video and then the 2 Syndra games as one.
Okay.
I hate it when mid laners try to solo blue buff.
I planned on going back anyways.
Yeah, but that's the worst part about it, isn't it? Because now you're losing 30 to 40 seconds off of that blue buff. Plus, you know, Vel'Koz's able to shove this in. And now you're staying too long, whereas you should have just recalled and come back immediately. Because you're sitting on, you know, 1.6k. That's quite a bit. So the blue buff take was incorrect. Especially so. The thing with blue buff, you want to maximize your time with it, right? And usually taking blue buff, you work yourself down low. So that's the big issue, first of all. Second of all, usually recall after you solo it, so that should never happen. Also, like, even if your jungler was there and you were planning on recalling, you should tell him, wait, don't take it right now. I want to recall and then come get it. And you can type that. That's fine to type. And then you come back in the lane and do all that. Good harass. I think you go for more aggressive Qs again, though. Oh, why are you still here? So you got no advantage off that blue buff. Because you still haven't backed. If you had AP to back it up, or, you know, a buy to back it up, so you're significantly ahead. Because right now, you and Vel'Koz, the only thing you have over him is a level. Like, I don't know his exact items, but I bet it's around what you have right now, because you have all this unspent gold.
Okay.
So even though you have, you know, 3 kills, you're not that far ahead, because effectively your gold spent is pretty even to him. It's like, see, you're just wandering out mid lane right now. You have 2.6k. Like, Ashe is here. She can wave clear too. She's a big girl. And again, you're not going to be able to shove down a tower. You're not going to be able to, you know, execute people, because you're sitting in lane with 3,000 gold. And now you want to set up for a dragon with 3,000 gold, and 2 people in the top lane recall. It's also poor of Shyvana to be up there with an Infernal Drake spawning, but you should also ward that bush. Not that bush. That's a risky bush to ward, but the other one would have been fine. Because walking that far up, you're just asking for a binding. Like, what are you doing here? Okay. Just because it works out doesn't mean it's the right decision, okay? 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 Glad we cleared that up. Again, like, all this is just ridiculous. Like, they shouldn't be doing this. Your team shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. And this is why they invented the word clan fiesta.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. Again, You can do this on their own. They don't need you. Recall, you have 4,000 gold. Another blue buff spawn.
I don't remember when
You are kidding me. That did not just happen.
It did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have way too much gold.
Why are you still here?
I don't know.
Okay, but seriously for a moment, when you're trying to recall and stuff, it's usually good to try and recall on cannon minion waves that are spawning. So like if you just check right now, this is a cannon minion wave coming. And if you just look at it and see a cannon minion wave, it's good to recall then. Two things, because it makes it harder for your opponent to shove into you. And then also, once it shoves into you, it's going to take around 6 to 7 tower shots for the turret to actually kill the cannon. So you might lose the cannon, but you're going to get experience for a majority of the other minions there, okay? So just when you're planning out recalls, cannon minion waves are usually good to do that on. What are you doing? Oh my god. Look, you do 0 damage. You actually do nothing. But okay. And you're walking mid again. I don't think I've ever actually tilted in a coaching session before. You definitely have the honor of being my first. Look at this. You do nothing to him. Oh my god, thank god. 5.5. I've never seen that much gold on a person. You can finish Oh, okay. I think you should have finished Rabadons because you're not running out of mana, as you can see. Holy moly.
Alright, I definitely needed this critique.
Yes. Usually, like, 1.5k is when you're, it's like, okay, you've been on the map for a while, you can recall now. 2,000 is like, okay, I really need to recall. And then anything above 2.5 is just absurd. Alright, your team's shoving down. Oh, okay, well. Your team was shoving down mid. I agree with the call to go into their jungle because I talk about this a lot, especially to like the junglers that I coach. To put teams behind once you have a lead, you need to starve them from gold.
Yep.
And the thought process behind this is minion waves will always, crash in and stuff like that. So there's 2 ways to starve from gold. One, you freeze the lane. So like you freeze the lane back here so the minions stay here. So then this entire lane is off limits. They're getting no gold from this because pushing up this far is a death sentence for them. So that's one way to do it. And you can do that with any lane. The other is you farm their jungle camps. Because not only is that plus like 80 gold for you, that's minus 80 gold for them. So that totals to a plus 160 gold lead for you. So literally their jungle camps are worth double the amount of gold they are like compared to your jungle camps. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like your blue buff, not only is that plus blue, plus gold, plus experience for you, that's minus blue, minus experience, minus gold for them. Right. And you could, honestly, on this rotation, you could have taken their wolves, you could have taken their grump as well. So okay. Keep that in mind when it's, because, like neutral objectives, like everything like that, those don't belong to people. They're minions, they're monsters, those belong to them, and you taking them from them is just literally doubling your lead. Honestly, at this point, I literally don't see any way you lose unless you guys turn into, like, straight up, like, wandering around solo. One thing to note in a dragon fight, when you see the exclamation mark pop up above your head, you want to get an orb right underneath you, and you want to just stand on that orb, and then once you see him leap, because you'll have time to leap, and again, like, maybe I don't know how much ping you have, but, maybe reaction time isn't fast enough. But if your reaction time is fast enough, you can stand on top of an orb, and when you see Rengar, like, leaping from this direction, you take a small step back and E. If he's leaping from this way direction, you small step back and E. So you can, like, stun him midair, which is, like, a really hard thing to do, but it's there. So,
I didn't.
maybe, your reaction time gets better. Maybe it's good already,
I don't think I had an oracle. I picked up a. I
Oh,
picked up a
no, you
blue
don't need
trinket.
Oracle. I'm talking about Rengar jump. So you know how, like, the
Right.
little, like, that thing comes above your head?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, just whenever he ults and he's
You
close to
said
you.
orb, and I mistook that for
Oh,
an
did I? I'm
oracle
sorry.
trinket.
Yeah, but yeah. Basically, whenever that happens, you can
You're talking about
go
one
for
of my
play like that.
spheres.
Right. And,
Yeah.
you can do, like, that sort of play where you try and stun in midair with a lot of champions. Okay, yeah, so, again, overstay. Alright, so a couple things to note. Your next objective, because this is a lot of people struggle with this, is like, what do I do to close out this game? Well, there's Baron is always an option, but you want to wait till you take people down, or pink ward a lot. You have all their towers, right? So the only towers left are in their base, and those are really hard to siege down. So what you want to do, you want to make your way with your team. This is the kicker. With your team, you make your way down in here. You notice red is spawning soon, so you get ward coverage all over their jungle, and then steal their camps. Eventually, you'll get picks. Eventually, you'll just push them out of their jungle so far that you'll be able to sneak a Baron, get picks, do stuff like that. But this mindlessly shoving up mid lane is ridiculous and not beneficial. Even though you trade 1-for-1 here, it's not a good choice because there's nothing to take mid lane right now. Yeah, you made it out. So again, like, red buff spawned, you guys should get vision all over this and take out their camps. Then you can rotate into the top side, pressure their blue buff, ward up over here, all Christmas tree, and then, pink around Baron, secure that for yourselves. Excellent memes. So yeah, see how you're just walking in circles mid lane. What does this do? Nothing, and there's just a random engagement that should never happen. Like, their team should never be up that far forward, your team should never be up that far forward. It'll happen, and, you're gonna have to, like, if your team wants to do it, sometimes you just have to follow them. But you can be vocal on your team and call these things out. Let's go ward up their topside jungle. Let's go, pink around Baron. So even though your team doesn't know what to do, you can put the words in their mouth and have them do it, and they will more often than not listen to you, especially when you're 8-1.
Right.
But this game is just gonna slowly end, it looks like, or quickly.
It was a 36-minute game.
Okay, so this bot inhib means immediately recall. You don't have the minion waves in mid lane. You recall. You buy. You heal. And you go to Baron immediately, and you wait to start up that Baron until the super minion waves are crashing in, but Renekton has no idea how to play the game. You're going to take a second inhibitor.
I keep telling everybody to back.
It hurts. No, it's the right call. But the other team is just playing so badly as well that, it doesn't matter. And you see, overstaying can only, make bad things happen. Zhonya's is good to protect against Rengar. I don't know if I don't think I'd go Abyssal last item. You need penetration. And this is the issue with going the double Monregen items. You need a death cap and you need a void staff. Those are the two items you need.
Okay.
And so you should not have the Rod of Ages. You should have a void staff. You should not have the Negatron cloak. That should be going into Rabadon's, because their AP threats are really not that big. I don't feel. Also, I don't like the swiftness boots. I think those are kind of poor. I think your positioning there was bad too. Here. So let's just back this up real quick. I think you just because again, they're all over by this blue buff. I think you could have wrapped around this way with your Gnar and gone around the blue buff. See where Gnar is right now?
Okay, yeah.
I think you could have gone down there with him because you're so far ahead. You do so much damage. Instead, you're just gonna be kind of a non-factor in this team fight. Because I think you and Gnar could have annihilated some people back there. But it will work. And you should push to the end. You should push to the end. Push straight mid lane. No. No.
I'm calling them to end.
Why are you going up here? What is this?
Oh.
Straight down mid lane. 30 seconds on... The 30 seconds are the lowest people. There's more than that. Oh, yes, you do need penetration, Cotton King. You are right. That's going to be the game. Okay. Moving on. So that game, again, the back timers, really important. Know what items you want to build. Have a plan 20 seconds in advance, minimum. Be watching your side lanes constantly to go help out there. I'm trying to think of what else. Game. Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to give you the cliff notes of it. Yeah, just, make all your movements have a purpose. With your back timers, remember cannon minion waves are good ones to recall before they hit. All that good stuff. Okay.
Before we start this, let me use the bathroom real quick.
Alright, yeah, sure. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask right now. We got plenty of time. Hello, everybody. If you're new to the stream and you'd like to hit that follow button, go ahead and do that. Really appreciate it. Helps me out. If you'd like coaching, just add me on League, message me here. Any of the above, that all works for me. I'm going to go ahead and link my YouTube channel in the comments right now. This will have today's coaching session there, as well as all the coaching sessions I've done in the past. You can find it there for sure. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I stream pretty much every day. All that good stuff. Should turn on some smooth jazz. While we wait for him to return.
Back. Go ahead.
Oh, just kidding. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and start this off. So no invade this game.
No.
Not this. We just lost the signature move there.
Yeah.
It's all good. Alright, so Twisted Fate, gotcha. You're playing this lane really scared early on. And you missed a lot of last hits because of it. You really don't need to be that worried about TF. Unless he's like pulling like a gold card on you or anything. Ooh. Okay, yeah, definitely. Go in that custom game for me. Do it for me, baby.
Alright.
Do that custom game. And like honestly, that's a great warm up to do every day before you play. Go in a custom game for 10 minutes and last hit. That's all you need to do. 10 minutes a day.
What should I focus on? What kind of a goal in terms of CS by when?
Honestly, how I usually checked it, I usually just counted how many I missed up until 10 minutes, and then each day I'd try to make it less. There is a number for the maximum amount you can hit, and I could try and find that for you. But honestly, if you can miss less than 5 without anyone there, that's going to be your best bet.
Okay.
And obviously, work that number down. Like, the first time, you might miss 10. You might miss 15. It might be really bad. But definitely try and work that number down as best you can. Other things... Oh, what the... Ooh, that was really nice, actually. I actually want to rewatch that. Okay. Were you trying to go down to Ward?
No, I was trying to dodge his Q card or his gold card, but the Ramus came out of the bush.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that your positioning there is pretty awkward. Like it doesn't make sense to me to go down like that. Like here, as soon as he starts pulling the card, you should start backing up this way.
Okay.
Because if you just walk the same as him, you should get out of his distance. But instead you stay for the last hit. Okay, so that's the issue. But again, this walk down here is improper because what are you gonna do if you walk down into this bush? First of all, Rammus could be there. He is there. And second of all, he can literally just then walk over here and zone you off, and you'd have to walk all the way around this thing here and lose out on gold experience. So instead, just retreat over here to your tower, etc.
Okay.
Because it's a lot harder for him to stand, like, if you walk over here and are standing here, it's a lot harder for him to stand here and zone you off than it is for him to stand here and zone you off if you're down here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because all of a sudden, like here, like he's super vulnerable for a Kha'Zix gank. He also is going to take damage from your minions, you know, potentially. So your tower is the safe zone. But you do play this nicely. That is a very nice E. Do you know if Twist of Fate is taking Ignite in this lane?
Yes.
He is, okay. Oh, see, if you know your limits there, that Q doesn't need to be used. That's 40 mana. That's a lot.
Right.
Yeah, so basically, okay, you should not be, okay, you don't want this lane to push. That Q there was pretty poor because now, as soon as the lane starts getting up here, you're super vulnerable. Because you're immobile, you have no way to jump, or jump or dash, and you're against a Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate is bad enough because of his gold card, but now you add in Rammus. As soon as this lane pushes up, if it gets up here, and you're standing here to last hit, Rammus can come straight behind, and there's no way for you to escape.
Right.
Because the only reason you were allowed to live earlier was because they bunched up. They both came from the same direction, so you were able to get your E off and knock them away.
Right.
If they all of a sudden come from there and from there onto you, you can't get off. You can stun one of them, but you know they're still going to get the stun off. They're still going to get the taunt off, and now without flash, you're extremely vulnerable. So
right.
This is an instance in the game where you want to freeze the lane as best possible right along this line. Okay.
Okay.
So that, and the way you do that, you don't use AoE abilities to farm. You auto attack to last hit, or if you are outranged or whatever, you need extra range to last hit a minion. You can use a Q like that, so it only catches one minion. See, because you're running yourself and now at this point you want to shove this lane and go back, but
right.
You can't because you have no mana. And like freezing would be totally fine because also when you freeze, you're gonna be able to build up more mana than you would have access to before. Okay, good. You definitely want to recall after this. See, and you have to play really safe. Yeah, recall. You wasted a little bit of time there. I think you could have recalled up there and then say, "Oh no, 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 no! What are you doing?"
I don't know.
What item did you want to build? Again, I love that ward. That's a great ward. But now, the way you have to play this lane, because you have the ward up there, you know you're safe if you're watching it right now. So you need to play around and position yourself along this line over here. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you ward, you want to position yourself towards that side and lane. Because if you position down here, like Rammus could be here, you can be very far up over here and be
right.
safe because you know Rammus isn't close by.
Right.
Are you saving up for Catalyst?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Again, I think that's poor, but obviously you just got that information, so that's understandable. And now because you have so little mana, it's very hard to last hit. TF old spot. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the issue with Twisted Fate, because the way to counter against a Twisted Fate, or to apply pressure to a Twisted Fate, is to perma push his lane so that he can't get ultimates off, or if he does, he loses tower or loses a lot of HP on his tower. And because you stayed in this lane so long, you
He was able
give
to,
up that
yeah.
ability to push quickly. Another thing is like you don't even get it all the way into tower. Like his minions come in time. Also, you as soon as Twisted Fate hits level 6, even if you see him recalling, all of a sudden you type in chat Twisted Fate 6, and then as soon as he goes into the fog of war, you danger pings everywhere. Danger, 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 danger,
Mhm.
danger, and then you type in Twisted Fate level 6 again. And then if they die to a gank after that, it's out of your control. Okay.
Right.
But up until that, ping, alert your team, and obviously have mana to be able to push. Because honestly, with AP, again, this comes into the Rod of Ages build. With building AP, you should be able to 1v1 him quite easily because his ultimate is not a damaging ability. He loses out on damage compared to you. Yeah, you should be able to kill him. You have lethal. There you go. All right. Good job. You could have played that last hit a little better.
Yep. I could have used my E.
Yep. Or not even that. You could have W'd and then Q'd after it instead of Q'ing before your W landed. That's okay. See, yeah, and this is not only you just missing ping. That's not enough. You need danger pings all over bot lane because you just saw him. He is going bot lane right now.
The screen froze. Hold on.
Oh, the screen share?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when you're back.
It's just frozen.
All right, I'll stop it and then. All right. Share screens again. Start. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Is it
I
playing
was just
now?
coming back to lane after purchasing the pink 2 pots and the.
Yeah. Is it playing now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you should not have pushed mid at all. You saw TF roaming down, and what are you warding? You can counter gank this with Kha'Zix.
I can't see your. Oh, you're talking about bot lane?
Yeah. Oh wait, timeout. What did we see earlier? I thought we saw Twisted Fate walking down bot lane. Oh yeah, we did. See? As soon as that happens, I'm on the alert. Like, obviously, like, apparently he just walked all the way around. But just because he's walking towards bot lane, like, that is the exact moment when you start danger pinging these guys down here, okay?
Right.
And then you spam missing pings on your lane, right? You utilize pings, you don't have time to type. And then you forget pushing mid. Like, he's already way down there. You start booking it straight down there to counter gank that.
Alright.
But obviously he did a loop around and didn't end up going bot lane. But you should have been heading down there immediately. Speed this up just a bit more. Bet you didn't last the coaching session to last 2 hours, did you?
No. You want me to drop you another 20?
No, it's totally fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. They usually last around an hour and a half.
Okay.
That's fine. I would appreciate it if you came back for another one, though.
I planned on it.
Awesome. Okay. So again, Twisted Fate missing. Like, I'm in panic mode when Twisted Fate is not in my lane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm main jungle. If I'm a jungler and I notice that Twisted Fate isn't in his lane, I'm panicking. Because, like, I'm like, okay, one of my lanes is about to die. You know? And so...
Right.
You guys are doing a very good job right now of keeping control of vision around here, which is good. You want to keep control of vision to watch him rotate. Another ward you can do is you can put a ward like in the lane, right about there. You see that?
Where?
Where? I'll need to pause this after this engagement here. Once the camera gets in a better angle, I'll show you. But basically, yeah, good. Okay, they're back ping bot lane. He's about to get dove top lane. Yep. Unlucky. Now you can't really come. But basically, the other counter to Twisted Fate is, okay, so the ward is, it goes right there. Barely out of turret range, so like he's not going to be able to clear it. But that'll let you see which direction he goes.
Okay.
So like, when he pushes out the lane, he backs up, and then he goes either top or he goes bot lane, and that'll show that. The other thing you can do is you can, ward around like here, ward around here. You have a good control over bot side vision, but you also need control on top side vision in case he goes up there. Okay, and that'll let you scout out his ultimate before you actually see, the thing drop down.
His ult is a channeled ability. I can knock him out of it, right?
You can. But you have to stun him or snare him. So like you'd have to use your E on him. Yep. This is a good gank. I like this. Nice-ish.
Fucking Ramus. Ugh.
Okay. Oh, you're playing really scared now. Okay. We're gonna go watch that in real time. Because I definitely think you could have picked up a kill on Ramus, and you could have played the kill on Misfortune a lot better as well. So first of all, like, you're walking down. This is a great decision, by the way. I love it. But as soon as you see Misfortune, so Misfortune is clearly planning to go this direction. So what you want to do is you want to pincer her off. You want to go like this, because not only that, if she decides to go down, you need to be able to get into this tri-brush quickly and go around. So you checking this bush here is poor. Because no one's gonna be there. So you need to go around to pincer him off with you and Braum. So this happens, and see you want to be on the other side of her, and that'll also let you have a lot easier of an E, because if she's running straight into you, you just E. If she's going from the side, she can do a little side step back, which obviously she's not talented enough to do that, but that is an option for players to do that. Also, like, while she's stunned and you don't have ability step, auto attacking is good and all, but at the same time you want to auto her, and then do a little step like that, auto step like that, and try and get around her at this point.
Right.
You obviously miss the bush ward, which is a bit unlucky. You almost don't pick up this kill. But you do. And then at this point you have to realize Ramus can't kill you. You're fine. So going up here is poor. I think you should head downwards. Because
Which way?
Twisted Fate is about here right now. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he's going to be walking down. So you want to put as much space between him and you as possible, because he can kill you. Ramus can't, but he can. And then also, obviously, you could be using your spells on him here. You miss your E, which is a little unlucky.
Yeah, it sucks.
But that's okay. Speed through this. His ult should be coming up in, like, I want to say like 30 seconds ish. Okay. I'm gonna show you how to live there. Crazy, right? Sounds impossible. Thank you for the follow, Axidos. Okay, so what do you see? You see him right there. Okay. You have no Q up. Oh, you couldn't have survived that.
I could have eat him away from me and dodged the taunt.
You have to have your Q up, don't you?
No, I could have still pushed him away from me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh. Timeout.
Scatter the Weak does push objects in front of you away.
There's a StarCraft character called Syndra that I just typed in incorrectly. Sorry. Alright, League of Legends. Actually, I did not know that. You are right. It's because the Dark Sphere is also knocked back when they hit him. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
The dark, yeah. If you
you could have escaped that. See, I was looking for the Q cooldown as well. But yeah, you could have. Good. Nice. So the the apprentice becomes the master. There can only be two. Yep. See, there you go. The pings. I love it. That's what I like to see. Panic pings. So here, wait, TF didn't ulti.
Yeah, he did.
Or he didn't like channel it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So you guys can definitely get a kill here. You just, or Varus has to be careful. Always so fast.
I probably.
Oh no, that was nice. That was nice how you walked back for your spheres. Because you basically took out any possibility of you missing a Q scout of the week or whatever.
Right.
Okay. See, this would be an example of a good time to take a blue buff. Because you're not going to recall. Or stay in lane until you have 5,500 gold, but to each their own. Good. Keep it in front of your tower. Nice. You're allowed to do this because of blue buff. Without blue buff, I think that's kind of a poor choice. But again, you're going for like the double mana items, which I don't quite like. You definitely could have played that more aggressively with your Fizz right there, and just not left him out to dry. Another thing you can be doing, I talked about this last game. When the minion waves aren't here yet, you're just walking around back here. You have options. You go ward your sides. You go scout out which lane to gank. You know, top bot, and then you can also farm chickens, or the raptors, or whatever. Only the babies. A QE will do it. Honestly, a QE is enough to take them out.
Okay.
And you can not only can you do that to your own, you can do that to the enemies. So like you push in a wave, and you have like a couple of your minions are hitting the tower there, and you have good vision control. You can walk down here, take the baby raptors over there, and that's another way. Put the enemy jungler behind, put you ahead. You know, two birds with one stone.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I don't like the blue trinket against Twisted Fate, especially because you need the vision control to ward up the sides and
So stick with the yellow trinket.
Stick with the yellow. I think blue trinket does have its merits. Okay, yeah. Because again, like blue trinket is so easy to clear out, you can't protect yourself. So like if you have yellow trinket, you can ward two sides at once. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can also pick up a pink ward to put over here. Get some deeper wards at the same time. So definitely think about that. I think the swiftness boots are a big no-no here. Do you always go swiftness boots?
I usually swiftness and Luden's Echo.
Okay. I think swiftness boots are definitely a no-no here. Also, you're not finishing Morellonomicon?
I think I bought whatever I could.
Oh, well, you could have bought a Fiendish Codex, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe you didn't have mana for that. Okay. Or gold for that. Mana. Hello?
No, 850 for the
850
for the
okay.
whisper.
But what I would keep in mind with this, I think this is a game where you go Merc Treads, honestly. Because of the crowd control. I think this is a game where you could have gone Cleanse, and that would have been great too. Versus the Twisted Fate plus Rammus combo.
Cleanse.
Yeah, Cleanse.
Okay.
Cleanse is definitely okay. A couple things to note. Every time you play against a Lissandra in mid lane, you run Cleanse. Okay, that's just a rule. Okay. Because you negate her ultimate with it. You know what I'm saying? But then also, if you have Cleanse, the Rammus gank will hardly ever work because you'll be able to cleanse the gold card and then knock away the Rammus, or you'll be able to cleanse the Rammus and Twist Fate won't be close enough to get the gold card on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, anytime I see a Rammus in as the enemy, I should grab a cleanse.
No. Anytime you see Lissandra, Lissandra I just kind of threw in randomly there because it's so huge. but you can look at who you're playing against. Look at point and click CC. So like a Twisted Fate would be a valid target too. I wouldn't necessarily run it every time versus Twisted Fate, but then when I see the jungler brings a lot of crowd control, that's easy to land, like once the gold card lands, then I'm like all of a sudden, okay, if I ever get ganked by these two people, I'm gonna die unless I have cleanse or something to save me, you know? Okay, good. Less good, but good. Not really your fault, but you got the kill.
I called for everybody to go top, and only two of them.
Well, I think going top is a poor decision here, honestly. Like, you get the kill, but you lost 2 towers mid lane for it.
Where else should we have gone instead?
You should have defended mid lane. Because the advantage you get, you don't even get an advantage. You get 1 kill for 2 deaths, and you lose 2 towers. Even if you get 1 kill for 0 deaths and lose 2 towers, that is still not worth it. They get significant advantage gold-wise.
I think I called for everybody to go top because at the time I saw one of them backing. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, well, you can do that, but you have to have, again, like, your vision control around mid is decent. But again, this is a good time to get one of those deep wards in the lane, like there. Especially once the mid tower goes down, those wards become very good. Keep that in mind as support, too, whenever you roam mid lane and, like, a tower's down, you can put a ward there. So yeah, you have to be careful on the rotations because you can lose a lot more than you gain, and your rotation top is a gamble for a kill, whereas those towers are sitting there for the taking for them. You know what I mean?
I wanted the turret. That's what I wanted.
Right. And then going back quickly to the cleanse thing, or not the cleanse thing, but the boots thing. I think Sork shoes are very valuable on you, because they just increase your damage substantially. Those are good. You can also go for the Lucidity boots if you're not capping out on CDR, because I don't think you're getting that much CDR in your build. And I can take a look at your runes masteries after the game and see how much CDR you're getting and see if Lucidity boots are worth it.
I take 10% cooldown reduction.
Okay, so 10% plus 20% from Morello. Are you getting CDR from anywhere else? I don't think so.
No, unless I build an Abyssal.
Yeah, unless you build Abyssal, then you could go for Lucidity boots. Another thing is this game, I would run Mercury Treads versus the crowd control of the Rammus, the Twisted Fate, just to try and survive a little bit more.
So we got the pick on the Rammus there.
And you go for Dragon, yeah, that's fine, that's perfect. Okay, so that is not perfect. That Varus is not perfect. That was ridiculous.
Braum should have walled that.
Well, yes, and also Varus should not have been standing there.
No.
Yeah, 2 misplays. Okay. So you can go bot and pick this up. Tower will drop though. That's a Fizz TP behind. You're leaving him out to dry.
Poor map awareness.
Yep, and she recalled. Oh, the fish actually hit her. And she got the recall off and it bit her in base. That is so funny.
It did?
Yeah, check this out. Wait. Yeah, okay, check this out. Look at the mini-map. The mini-map will tell everything. Alright, so he throws this fish, and see how he gets vision on her there and there?
Yeah,
that can only come from the fish. And then chomp.
That's funny.
Unless he might have ignited her. That could have been the only other thing to get vision. Okay. So the top tower is your last objective. The nice thing is, so again, you lost the towers, which was a mistake, but the nice thing is, now you're freed up to do a lot of things, because it's really hard for people to push all the way through this and take down your inhib. So you're all of a sudden open up to now you can go for a play on this top tower, because there's nothing for you to lose. There's not a dragon, there's not towers for you to lose. But you guys being here is poor, because your Kha'Zix is all of a sudden split pushing. You don't have a teleport in the top lane. So this is when you kind of forsake your team, and you have to like go back and defend, because like standing out here, your only bad things can happen, especially versus hard pick comps like the Rammus. Again, he has a pick ability. The Twisted Fate, has the ultimate plus the gold card. That's pick. And you guys need to be careful for a Baron now. I'm not sure why they didn't go towards that. Oh well.
I know that they're going for Baron.
Oh, they're actually not. They didn't go there. Now, okay. Nope. See that ward? She's going that way. They're not. You can definitely get vision control around this now, because that is the next big objective. Because there's nothing for either team to lose anywhere on the map. They have their tower line back here. Those are really hard to siege down. You have yours like here. Still hard to siege down. So now it all comes down to getting picks in people's jungles and neutral objectives. So you're going to take blue. You could even go make a play on their blue. And this goes back to the whole thing of, put the enemy down while getting yourself ahead narrative.
Right.
See? Random people die. Like, how do games end? Usually not from sieges, unless you have a really good comp built for that. Or unless you have Baron buff, then sieges can be useful. So you just gotta wait out for Kha'Zix. I can't believe they haven't Baroned yet. This is absurd. Actually, your farm is actually looking pretty decent this game. The standard number is like 10 CS per minute. And obviously, like you're behind that clip fairly substantially, but again, like in this bracket of play, like you don't have to worry about it quite so much, like being down to the number perfect on that, but it is free money standing there for you, so as best you can on that again, and custom games will help exponentially. And I think that CS lead comes from a lot. You've been picking up the side lanes a lot, which is great, and people don't do it nearly enough.
They're going for Baron now. Oh no, not.
No,
They're
they've
still
just
looking
got
for
complete
picks.
control over that area. So because the game becomes very dangerous for you at this point. And like this is the point in the game where Blue Trinket is great, because you need to scout stuff out. So like when you're stuck in the lane phase, I think Blue Trinket is poor. But as you extend it out into, oh god, this is so scary. But they're going to Baron, so you're good to go. And forget that word. They're on Baron. Yeah. So you stay too long on the ward, but I don't think it really matters that much. At this point, okay. So he's gonna go for the steal. He gets it. That's great.
He got it because I got the stun on Rammus. He couldn't smite.
Oh no, so you can smite when you're CC'd.
You can?
Yep, you can. Smite ignores crowd control. The only thing you can't smite through, I believe, is Bard Ultimate, or if you Zhonya's yourself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there, I'd say when a jungler is going for a steal, the worst thing that could possibly ever happens is that your jungler actually gets the steal, but then your team dies around you. So like Baron steals should really only result in your jungler dying. Any type of steal should only result in that. So nice triple kill here, but I'd be but I'd be very careful of that again.
I still haven't finished Morellonomicon. I've got the Lost Chapter.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good choice because you
Yeah.
have so much mana regen already. I think it was a bad choice to go 2 in general. But I don't like the Zhonya's here, actually. Yeah, I really don't. I think you should have definitely gone for either a Rabadon's or a Void Staff. Probably a Void
Really?
Staff here, yeah. Because
Okay.
you need to be able to cut through their line. And like the Zhonya's is good versus like assassins, like a Zed or like a Rengar in the last game we watched. But they're really not getting to you, and there's no ability that you need to like Zhonya's to cancel. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to really get out of, because you shouldn't be in a Misfortune Ultimate. Garen Ultimate is you can't really stop. Like anything else, like there's nothing really to escape from. And if you're needing to Zhonya's in a fight, your positioning is very, very wrong.
Okay.
So I think Void
Rabadon's
Staff would
Void
definitely be
Staff.
the best here because they have the 2 big tanks. Like I'd be amazed if you ever had to Zhonya's. Oh, probably here. Because your Braum left you. Was poorly played by Braum, but oh well.
This was GG.
Yeah.
I think.
You may have also. I'll go back and check this out. You may have been able to like stun him coming out of that.
My stun was on cooldown. I had
Yeah.
just blown my load on
Yeah.
the misfortune.
Yeah. So this is Brahm's mistake because Brahm should realize this team fight is so lost already that he just needs to try and save you. Because the way you live here is, he Qs, you have to Zonias, and then he gets his stun off while you're Zonias, or you get an auto attack in right before Zonias. So and then finally, right when you come out, the stun pops, and then you can or QE and like pop ultimate or whatever. But oh well, or you didn't even have ult. Oh well, GG. So again, going back to this game, Cliff Notes version of it. Basically, remember to the item choice again. You definitely want to go for Morellonomicon first and only. So don't itemize too heavily into the mono regen because you're losing out a lot of damage. Be very vocal with your pings and your typing. Type the important stuff again, like timers, like TF level 6, stuff like that. That is really important to know. Ward control, ward the sides or ward the exits of your lanes, not only for spotting at the enemy jungler, but to spot where Twisted Fate roams, and that goes for a lot of champions that are pretty roam heavy. You can spot that out. Also, when you ward at one side of a lane, stick to that side with your positioning in the lane, because then you'll have a lot more time to react to a jungler.
Right.
Other than that, not too much more to add. I definitely think like you have what it takes. Like anyone can climb. Like it's not that hard. But it comes down to a lot of decision making. A lot of working on your CS, your back timers, and just decision making in general. Like the roam top lane, you lost a lot more than you gained. And you just have to be able to play enough games, be able to recognize that before it happens. And so like a lot of foresight when it comes to that. So definitely keep grinding out games. This will all be on YouTube. You can go back, check these out. Feel free to ask me any questions you have at any time. I'll answer them or get back to you at some point, just in League Clan or whatever. You can just message me.
Great.
If you want to do coaching again, just message me and we can set that up too.
Great.
All right. Any parting questions?
Not that I can think of. My brain's on overload right now. With
All right,
everything.
I totally understand. Like, give it a day or two, come back, watch one video at a time or whatever, and you'll definitely be able to pick up a lot more from this.
Right.
So, anyways, best of luck to you, man. And,
Thanks.
Have a good night.
You too.
Later. Whew.